was with Annie the Greek, which I'll come back to, but I think that's the one that's probably important in this particular situation. Why have all my socials been attacked? Why has my phone's been attacked? Why has my computer been attacked? Well, it relates back to the other whistleblower, Annie the Greek. So, I can tell you about that if you'd like, Shelley.
Please do.
Okay, so it's quite an intricate story. So Annie approached me about 6 months ago. And Annie is of Greek descent. She's a Greek Cypriot. She hasn't had a normal life, or she never had a normal life. And she grew up in the island of Cyprus. Her mother is actually the love child of a former president of Cyprus. And her father was the head of the Cypriot Secret Services, or the CIS it's called. And he was a very senior man. He resigned, I think, in 2014, I think, to do other work for the government. But he's very much involved in everything you would imagine a shady, murky world to be involved in when you're in that type of that bit of business. And when she came to me, it was almost an unbelievable story again. It's not that you don't trust whistleblowers, but you have to make sure that they're all above board and you're able to verify everything. Otherwise, you would look pretty stupid doing something like that. But so when she came to me with all the information, she sent me documents, she sent me photographs, she sent me information which I could check out. And with the help of some very good people in the Anonymous Collective, we were able to go and look at that information and find it out and really qualify everything. And the qualification really related to the fact that she is the daughter of this gentleman. She has, since the age of 5, been abused by not only her parent, but uncles, aunties, and friends of the family, and much, much more. Throughout her teens, she was trafficked for €50 for spending time with her, and she was beaten and raped many, many, many times. That was until the age of 42. So she was not only trafficked when she was young, she was then pushed towards prostitution and everything else in her adult life, but being kept a group of hotels and basements and all these sort of things. And she was really drugged to the eyeballs from a very young early age. So part of her memory may have been missing, and that was what we had to kind of fill in the blanks. And during our investigations on checking her out, we were able to find the hotels that she was kept in. We were able to verify them. We were able to verify the villas that she was retained and tortured in. We were also able to verify the information that she gave us, and I won't go into too much graphic detail, but on the child trafficking that her father was involved in from Cyprus to very wealthy clients in the West, including the UK. So the documents that she gave us related to the purchases of these children and also where the children were taken from and the shipping routes that they shipped from, and in conjunction also with the meth labs, the drugs labs, including the cocaine ones as well. So she was able to give us absolutely everything. So we were able to map it all out. And of course, during that time, we were able to get a good feeling as to the trade from that region into Europe and who was responsible. And it comes down to the fact that she was very much involved as a child and then become an adult in not being complicit with this trade, but being part of that group and seeing everything that went on. And the children who then got used and then were used for the organs at a later stage. So she managed to escape Cyprus. She disappeared to Russia. She wrote directly to President Putin, which I've seen the documents. Putin responded in a way that only a president can do so. And she was whisked away from Cyprus and put into safe haven in Russia. And having that whole story with her, she said, I think during the end of our live, we had 12,000 people in that live, a huge amount of people that got a lot of publicity. And when she finished that live, I think one part of her question was, does my father still love me? And of course, when you're an abused victim and you're being abused by the father, and he's kind of protecting you but selling you. And of course, he doesn't love you. You're a trophy to him. And that was quite hard for her to take. It was quite upsetting. So I had that conversation with her. We had very good moderators, which were super with her, and we showed her a lot of love. And that's kind of the story with her. And she has really furnished us with a huge amount of information, which I passed to the authorities, but of course the authorities are, of course, not willing to invest these things, Interpol and so forth at the moment. But our idea was to try to publicise the case. And I upset a lot of people by doing that. And those people then came after me. So that's kind of where the story goes to where I am at the moment in terms of what happened to me that Thursday. So whilst I was doing another live, they decided to attack all my information at a specific time. And only someone with that technology, with the wherefore, knew how to do it. And we've now found out it was down to this gentleman and a team of people trying to stop information coming out. Pretty scary, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I can imagine. You're lucky you've still got your website up at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they've already tried to attack that many, many times. And